Each Latin noun falls into one of the declensions. There are actually 5 total. We have just started learning 2 of them. And each noun has a specific gender, either feminine or masculine or neuter. Adjectives, or describer words, act just a little bit different. Adjectives decline just like nouns do, and specifically, they decline along with the noun that they describe. So, the word for star is stella, and if you want to say bright star, you can say stella clara. If you want to say bright stars, you have to make stella plural, but the adjective has to become plural as well in order to match. Stellae clarae. If you want to say large house, it is casa magna, while large houses would be casae magnae. On the other hand, the word for hammer, malleus, is masculine, so we would need to use an adjective that is also masculine, so the phrase big hammer would be malleus magnus. We give the adjective second declension endings when it becomes masculine. The accusative singular would be malleum magnum, the nominative plural malei magni, and the accusative plural malleos magnos. Things are not always quite as easy as the adjective always having the same ending spelled exactly the same as its noun's ending, but for now, that is how things will generally work. To understand the next part, we have to review the grammatical concept of person. Grammatical person refers to the speaker's relationship to the subject of a sentence. If the speaker is speaking about the speaker's own self, we call that first person. If the speaker is speaking to another person, we call that second person. And if the speaker is talking about someone or something else, that is called third person. In English, we indicate person with subject pronouns, I or we for first person, you for second person, he, she, it, and they for third person. Latin verbs fall into categories like Latin nouns do. A group or category of verbs that are treated the same when given endings is called a conjugation, whereas a group of nouns all treated the same was called a declension. The conjugation of a verb is determined by its stem vowel. You form a Latin verb by attaching the necessary ending onto its stem vowel. For example, the verb stem ama means love. If you want to say he loves or she loves, you take the third person verb ending, which is T, and attach it to the stem. Amat means he loves or she loves. Similarly, the verb stem habe, which ends in long E, means have, and so the conjugated form habet means he has. The verb stem dike, say or speak, is a little different, since it ends with a short E and not a long E. When we attach the ending onto a short E, that short E morphs into a short I, so the Latin word for he or she says is dicit. Finally, the verb stem audi, with a long I at the end, means hear. And so to say he or she hears in Latin, you say audit. Amat, habet, dicit, audit. These are examples of the 4 conjugations, which for the sake of convenience we number. A-stem verbs are first conjugation, long E-stem verbs are second conjugation, short E-stem verbs are third conjugation, and long I-stem forms long I stem verbs are called fourth conjugation.